Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the Movie Dungeon, and I'm your host, Dwayne, the flyest nerd you know. Today we got some movie news and movie rumors, so let's go ahead and get on into it. Starting off, we got Adam Driver. This is a X-Men casting rumor. So we already got Sadie Sinks, and now added on Adam Driver. Adam Driver is supposedly being casted as Mr. Sinister, but previously it was reported that he was casted as Magneto. And then before that, William Stryker. So take everything with a grain of salt. You know, if Marvel's not coming out with, saying this, or a super big, news outlet isn't coming out saying this, just don't, take it with a grain of salt and just, have fun with it like we are. But starting off, Adam Driver as Magneto will be awesome. It's a perfect age for Magneto, being that young one. It even lets you idea how young they want to have everybody, including Charles, because usually Charles and Magneto are really old, or way older than the group of people that of their groups, the X-Men and the Brotherhood. But having a younger ones, but it just makes it so much better, But I didn't like it at first, but I definitely have settled on it 100%. He definitely got the acting chops for it. I've seen him play angry, funny, psychotic roles, and he has a wide range. And then him being this it would be cool, and I really don't have no problems with it. But moving on to Bill Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård has been rumored to be portraying Professor X. Now, I'm okay with that. Honestly, I am. I didn't like it at first, but then I seen some pictures, and I seen a lot of photoshopped of him, because he did try to be Lex Luthor. So I see a lot of photoshops of him already bald and then now in a chair. I see it 100%. And I really do see what Marvel might want. His figure. He's very lengthy, and he's very skinny and long. And to have that type of body figure in a suit, nice cut suit, and him in that wheelchair with those nice, sharp pointing legs that Charles always seems to have, proper posture and all that, I think Adam Driver can do that. And plus, you need somebody with good facial expressions, because body language is kind of out for Charles. So you need a lot of this. You need a lot. You need a strain. You need to do a whole bunch. And we know you know that Bill got it, because Pennywise. We seen him he used real. Those are all his facial expressions. So I think for Professor X, that's what they want, and he got that 100%. Next casting rumor we got is I think his name is Cooper Huffman. Yeah, Cooper Huffman. Who's portraying Cyclops supposedly. I'm okay with it. A lot of people are not. I loved him in The Long Walk. I really did. He gave real good leadership and characteristics of a good team leader, and that's what you need. That's what you need in Cyclops. Why would you have it any other way? He does give me a Chris Pratt vibe before the Guardians of the Galaxy, but just like for Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt got in shape, whipped them right on up. Marvel's gonna put you on this weird workout regime anyway. So that's not a problem. We seen Hugh Jackman go from singing on the Broadway in between making Wolverine movies, and then he's all jacked when it comes to shoot Wolverine. So so that's not a problem. And I feel like people are overreacting with that. I think he'll be great. Moving on to Kaylee Spinney. I probably still said that wrong again, but she's supposed to be portraying Rogue, and I'm all for it, because I loved her in Romulus. Loved her in Romulus. I mean, honestly, she could play any role in a Marvel, and I love it. But Rogue, since Rogue is one of my favorite characters, please do it. Please do it. Rogue is a powerful mutant, and needs to be done right in live action. 100% needs to be done right. She's a OP Omega level mutant, and it needs to be shown. And she's scared of her own powers, and that needs to be a good story to tell. And I feel like Kaylee, she got it. She can do it. I want her to succeed in that. So let's go ahead and give it to her. Okay. But moving right along, we got director Ryan Coogler wanting to include Storm in Black Panther 3. Beautiful. Right? This guy can't miss. And go ahead and give him Storm. That's perfect. the perfect storm. You know what I mean? And then including that with the Black Panther, just like how it was in the comics, is like I always been wanted this story anyway. So we'll see how they do everything with Doomsday. Hopefully the kid grows up and just, you know, since his name is T'Challa, I hope he does grow up and become the Black Panther, and Shuri just pass the mantle down to him. And then him being Black Panther, and then in the movie, the third one, him having fall in love with Storm. That would be awesome, you know. And it's already confirmed that Denzel Washington will be in this movie because, you know, he let that slip. But hopefully he's playing the villain. Hope he's playing a villain. And if he's playing a villain, let's hope that Storm is his daughter. And Black Panther is trying to fight Denzel, but is in love with Storm. So it creates the whole little conflict right in there. You know, I think that's a killer of an intro for Storm. You know, a killer intro for our brand new T'Challa, our brand new king. You know, rest in peace to Chad. And I think that we need that. And I think Ryan Coogler is the only one that can do that. And plus he's the GOAT. The boy can't miss. But moving right along to one of our last little rumor, or not even rumor, this is just real news. The Batman Part 2 got delayed. Damn. That sucks for all of us. But it got delayed till what, February 18th, 2028. This sucks. It really does. You know, I'm really forward to this. It's making a real long time. This is the first one. We got to get a Batman on the screen. Hell, we couldn't even get him in Creature Commandos fully. He had to be just a silhouette. You know, like, damn. But that's I feel like it's more due to Matt Reeves and his contract that he has. That he has real legal obligation over the character Batman, and a lot of people might not know that or tend to forget about that. That even since James Gunn took over, even though he's in control, this contract kind of overrules James Gunn's. It was kind of made in play, and it was a special type of contract too, because, you know, Warner Brothers did offer him a three movie deal, and, you know, I think he did take it. So until he gives up that right to the Batman, you know, then we won't be seeing one anytime soon. That's why we always getting all these other spin-off projects from Gunn, who's the head of DC, who's putting a Superman out first. You know, he can't put out a Batman, and it sucks now. It really does, because now we got to really wait even longer to even see James Gunn's version of a Batman. That's why we're getting all this other crap first. But let's hope he gives it up, or if you hear my dog, he wants to get in the office. But let's hope he gives it up sooner than later. You know, we definitely need a Batman movie. And if he wants to do a third one, that's going to push it back even more. So let's hope for the best for that. But that's all the movie news and rumors we got for this week. Thank you for watching. I am your host, Dwayne, the flyest nerd you know, and this is the Movie Dungeon. Peace.